All right, there goes that. Let's kick live on the Facebook here. Greetings, one and all. This is the National Real Estate Conversation. Welcome you on Monday. Here we are ready to get our week started strong, heading up towards a good closing on January. We're going to have the expired call at the end of the month. So if you're waiting around for expireds, that's an opportunity. This week, we've got some fun stuff on the calendar. And I certainly know that the routine sometimes slips through our fingers by the... Oh, that's too exciting. Rid of that. Yeah, they've done something different with that. That's frustrating. Nonetheless. All right, there we go. So sometimes you get through the routine and the routine of the week slips through by the end of the week. And so Monday's always a good chance to restart. Just restart your intentions for this week. What do you want to share with people as you go through your communication this week? What are the offers you want to make to people? What are the conversations you're looking for? And sometimes it's just a routine. It's just jumping jacks. It's not as exciting as, competing in a race. And I want to give you the opportunity to just practice something that's easy, standard bearer of what you should be doing to communicate with people. And also to pair that with a concept within your office of resources that happen within your office. And I'll get to that quick poll question in a second. I did want to invite you guys, if you are ever thinking about interviewing a coach and want to talk to someone about coaching, Bernadette does coach a very small group of people one-on-one and has taken people from being a $100,000 producer to running a database to be a $400,000 producer. She's coaching a small brokerage now to bring on a launch of a brokerage. So she has a level of experience that helps people really accomplish whatever specific goals, whether it's organizational growth or business growth. Her link is in the chat. You should book some time just to chat with her about what she could help you with, and if it would be suitable to have a conversation. If you've interviewed people like Glover or Maps or other things and been frustrated, she's heard that many times, and that's different than what she does. So we have an opportunity for you to join with her. And so if you want to click that link, you can talk with her more about that. The poll question. What's an event? You can type it in the chat or raise your hand. What's an event that happens at your market center in a calendar basis that's a community targeted event? Give me an idea of something that happens at an office from a group of realtors to offer something to the community that then we can talk about with the community. What is an idea of what they call a top-down event? Teresa puts in Red Day. And if you're unfamiliar, Red Day is a volunteer event. It's a script you can offer high school students to send their children with us on Red Day in May to do a volunteer effort and collect hours. In the chat, blessing baskets, community cleanup, the shred event. Richard is late to the game, but there's his beautiful animal. The food drive, paper shredding, spring cleaning. I want you to think of a top-down event as a reason to reach out to people. Some people's offices have done a photo shoots. Has anybody done a family photo shoot? Other offices have done trunk or treats. Who heard of a trunk or treat? Yes, there it is in the chat, a couple trunk or treats. These are top-down events run by the market center or the office as a collaboration of everybody and giving back to the people that are in our database. It's expensive to rent the shredder truck by yourself, but if you have an office of a couple hundred people, you can have a good turnout for that, and people benefit from that. You have pet adoption. I like that, Erica. I've seen that one come out. I've seen Toys for Tots. Ian says just do it on your own. Yeah, Ian, some people are a little bit cautious to do it on their own. And that's why they do the top-down stuff. Yeah, I mean, but you've done the business now for quite some time. People run out of reasons to call people, and they say, oh my gosh, look, Kayla, what am I going to say when I call people? Well, if you call them with the concept of access, which is free stuff for them, and just extend the invitation, what would that sound like to an event that you guys were having? What would that sound like? I'm going to put a script in the chat. This is a template script. You can use parts of this or none of this. You should probably use the greeting, hello, but you can use a whole host of different tactics to invite people to come to the event as a reason to go through this quarter and make sure you've touched everybody on your database. If you were going to call and invite people to something, Lorenzo, you're working on this, aren't you? You were going to do some event that you guys had worked out in group coaching for your event coming up. You must be on the subway. So I'm going to give you a call. Who would like to be my recipient? I'm going to invite you to the Toys for Tots. And it needs to be longer than that, Ian. It needs to be longer than that. Sorry. I know when to call your name. Exactly. Frank, is that you?
Yeah.
All right, Frank, I'm going to give you a call. Frank's going to be a database person. He's not a realtor. He's not a lead. He's somebody maybe we've done business with in the past. He's got a relationship with me. So I'm going to give him a call. Ring, ring.
Oh,
Hey, Frank, it's your favorite realtor, Chris Hurley.
yeah, Chris, what's going on?
Hey, man, it's good to talk with you. It's been too long since we connected. I was thinking about you and I wanted to catch up for a moment. Is this a good time?
Sure, sure. I got a couple of minutes. I got a meeting in about 10 minutes.
Tell me. Oh, that's awesome. Tell me, Frank, how's the family right now? Everybody healthy and
Doing
doing
good.
okay?
Everybody's doing good. Thank you so much for asking.
Excellent. Excellent. That's good to hear. And how's the house? Is everything going okay with your home, or did some ice storms recently reveal some opportunities you need to fix?
No, everything went good, fortunately. Usually there is some damage with all the ice, but this time so far so good.
Well, that's good to hear. If you ever need anything, you know I have a good amount of resources I could cover those bases for you.
Sure, it's always good to have other people to call on because you never know who's going to be tied up and who's not.
Perfect. I try to keep people active so that people can have active resources. So always keep me in mind, and I'll circle back with you and check in every once in a while just to find out. When I have people on the phone, Frank, I usually ask them if they have questions about the real estate market. I know you guys had just moved into the home. Is everything still going okay, or do you have some questions about interest rates or the way the market's changed recently?
Well, we've been watching interest rates go down, and we figure it goes down a little bit more of a refi.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And when you do that, you're still going to use the same lender, or do you have somebody else you want me to connect you with?
You can send over somebody else too, because never hurts to compare people.
Perfect. I'll make sure we keep in touch with that, and then you let me know when it's appropriate, and I'll send over the people and give you the numbers. Frank, I was calling for another reason today. We have a special event coming up next month at the real estate office. I wanted to let you know about it. We have a shred truck that's coming out for people's sensitive documents to be disposed of properly. Have you ever seen one of those shred trucks?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they're quite the setup.
Now you probably have your things put away nicely, but between now and April 1st, if you come across a series of documents you think would be better suited, not in the recycle bin, but securely shredded, I'm going to send you a text with the invitation to that right now. And that way you know when that's coming on the calendar and you have a place that you can securely drop off those boxes.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I can let my neighbors know too.
Perfect. That'd be great. And you can definitely share it. It's a community event. It's not just for our clients. We're just trying to help people keep their privacy secure and their financials secured.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Awesome. Frank, do you have any other questions for me while I have you on the phone right now?
Yeah, what's the house prices going to do this year?
Well, we're looking for a healthier spring market than last year with interest rates heading downward. And would you think about selling your house if you had an offer you couldn't refuse?
Hey, if they bring me the right money, anything is possible. You know, you know my place, and you know it's got lots of value, not so much in the house, but in the land. And been talking to, just kicking around some ideas with some people about what we might really be able to do with this and get some really great money out of it.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, Frank, it sounds like we should meet. Could I come over and show you some numbers and show you some market trends that might be helpful in your design process?
Well, my thoughts are way out of line with the market. However, for the right person that's looking to develop it all, there's great money in it.
Frank, I always like to learn about people's ideas, and I'm honored that you trust me with this opportunity. Why don't I come by tomorrow around 4 p.m. and we can review some information together and just see what's possible?
Hey, if you make it 6 o'clock, let's do it.
You got it, Frank. 6 o'clock. I'll send you a Google Calendar invite. You familiar with using that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Perfect. Click yes on that. That way we know we're having a meeting, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow at 6.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Frank.
Sorry, Chris. First time on Zoom.
First time on Zoom. What'd you think, Lorenzo?
I think it was great. It gave me an idea of event that I'm doing. We pushed it back. It's just an entrepreneur class for teens. I've been doing it for 20 years, teaching teens how to own their own business, start their own business. I haven't thought of it. And what we're doing is quarterly, they're going to do like a flea market where the community can come in and buy different items from the kids. But the follow-up call you just gave me an idea was to follow up with my database to have them come out and support the program. I have businesses that have volunteered to donate products and services for the kids and be mentors to some degree. And now you just gave me an idea of reaching out to the database in the community by making those calls to come out and support this effort.
Thank you, Lorenzo. And that's it, right? It's turnout. The number one thing with events is turnout. The more folks you can gin up to appear at your event, to at least grab a little plastic cup of refreshments or a little bag of chips, they'll have a connection to you that's beyond just the postcard or the voicemail. We want to have experiences with people that they can walk away with and begin to tell their own story about what they valued about our relationship. I love the way they call. They're so thoughtful. I love their events. They're so much fun. I love that they never forget my birthday. My mother doesn't even remember my birthday. I'm suggesting to everybody that there's ways that we can maintain 4 total calls in the year, guys. Not 400, not 4 a month, but 4 in the year. 2 of them, you probably just leave a voicemail. So if you get 2 people on the phone, 2 live humans, what are you going to say to them? Because that's where the real investment in the relationship begins.
Yeah, the other thing, Chris, is like the early birds always preaches with these events. It's about the touch. It's about the communication. And just recently ran into a buddy of mine that I've been trying to work with him to buy a home. And at the same time, as we were talking within the group, he referenced, all the things Lorenzo's doing. I'm like, you never respond to anything I send you.
He listens, though. He listens.
I thought you had me on block. Yeah, you telling me all the things I'm doing. I'm like, okay, cool. Mm-hmm.
We have to tell our story, friends. Sometimes it's easiest just making a phone call. Sometimes it's leverage because you design a system that markets on your behalf. That's what good coaching does for you. Candace Smiley has her hand up. She's going to go tell us something before we go to breakout rooms. What's up, Candace?
Sorry, good morning. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Candace.
Hi, I'm from Atlanta. I was kind of relating to your call, the call that you just did. I have someone that I've been working on for at least 2 years now, and we're having a conversation very, very similar to what you just did. And just call to check in, see how she's doing, and whether or not she had any questions about what's going on in the market, because she was interested to sell 2 years ago, but she didn't like the numbers. Mm-hmm. Long story short, she's excited now because I was able to kind of bring her into the value of the equity that she has sitting in her home. And we went from, I'm not really looking to do anything right now because these interest rates is crazy, and I want to also purchase something, and I'm not looking to pay all that money. We went through a conversation about where she would like to be with her monthly payment, and talked about scenarios of buying down her interest rates and using the money that she can get from her house to to get into a space that she really desired to be in. So it went from I'm not really looking because the interest rate is crazy to an appointment today. So those conversations are really well, and it's good when you can bring value and really show them what the numbers are. Let the numbers speak.
Thank you for sharing that, Candace. Candace also reveals another secret about the conversations. When you're talking about the market, that's one angle, but when they shift their language and their questions and they talk about their own personal finances, they're one step closer to doing a transaction. When the consumer starts to revisit what their own performance looks like, know that that type of lead is ready to do a deal. So when you're thinking of those things, be on the lookout for that for sure.
Yes, and that because I got that hint, I was able to continue the conversation because she was someone that before in the past would get off the phone really fast, but I got it. She was engaging in the conversation. She started asking questions and do you really think I can do that? And I knew I had her once she was there. So we're sitting down today to talk some more about what that looked like, and this would be a two-way transaction.
Awesome. We got to maintain these relationships, guys. Go to breakout rooms now. If you look down below, click on breakout rooms. You can pick one of the rooms, jump in with a group of people, do a round robin of a script, calling people, inviting them to an event, just reading the script like I put in the box. Be a natural database call today. Double thumbs up. We'll come back just before the top of the hour. Right in the main room, you can practice whatever you want to practice.
You posted that, but didn't you? For breakout, I'm not seeing it.
If you click under more, go to breakout rooms. You'll see a breakout room there. Hey, Bill, Shirley's son just reached battalion captain in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yep. Honor the people who do the dangerous work. All right. So what do you want to do in the main room, everybody? What challenges are you experiencing? Oh, look at that. Melanie made it for a second day. Applause, Mel. She's big. Yes. I don't have to send the link anymore. She's done it. You have to do a video on how you overcame, because I am good. You need to message some people that are still struggling.
Oh, I think perseverance, because it was frustrating. I mean, it's part of our daily routine to be here, and I miss the group and the interaction, and participating in Facebook is really just not the same. First of all, you can't talk, you can't ask questions, you can't join the breakout group. So yeah, it's, in the BVI, they have, and other islands, but in the BVI particularly, if you're not a citizen, if you are a citizen, you're called a belonger. If you're not, you're not. And it's good to be a belonger, Chris.
Oh, I love it.
How do I know if I'm in a breakout room?
If you go down to more, M-O-R-E, there's 3 little dots on the bottom. And you click on that, one of the menu items will be breakout rooms. And then you'll click on breakout rooms, and it'll give you a list that should have.
Oh, by the way, today's my first day on the call. Hey, I too was not getting to join. I don't know. I went through some struggles, but I'm here.
I'm glad you are here. Melissa's raised her hand. We only usually see her in New Hampshire and Mass. What is up?
Hey, do you guys do you ever do pre-foreclosure calls? Do you have a script for that?
So The challenge is the mindset of the recipient, right? And they're already being overwhelmed with collection calls because their home isn't probably just the only one they're behind on. It's probably the last one they went behind on. So the call tactic, the one concern I have is too much weight that you put into it. Like, I'm going to get all these listings from it. It's going to be, your contact ratio is going to be real low.
Okay.
So
Not
just,
really worth it.
well, it's just endure it, right? Just know that that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it's worth a call, but it probably it wouldn't be worth 300 calls. It'd probably be a call, a visit. Do I really want to sell the property? And then your CTA is around rescue, right? Don't lose your equity. I'll help you save your equity. Don't lose your equity. Like, that would be like the trigger thing, because there's other people who maybe have their own financial things. Like, I don't know, were you on last week when Ronnie talked about list pens?
Yeah.
I mean, we can get list pens that might be 3 years away.
Right. Yeah. But the problem is you're seeing more and more kind of pre-foreclosures coming through, and then they're getting listed. And so I'm like, well, if there's an opportunity there, but it's a very sensitive conversation to have as well.
Like
Yeah, I've worked in that area for quite a bit, and I never approached them that, you know, you're in foreclosure, you're pre-foreclosure. Always approach them like you're calling a normal call. Make them feel like, I'd like to help you sell your home, or you're interested in selling your home. Or if you want to approach it in a sort of sense, I'm here to help you save your home. And I'm willing to do, and honestly, be willing to do whatever it takes to help them save their home. And at the end of the day, you'll get tons of referrals. And if they're in a bad position, then your goal is to become the one that lists the home. But you got to come from contributions and come from that. I'm not looking down on you because you're in this financial situation. You're like every other client that I go out and help get the maximum amount of money for it. Even send them a flyer. Let me help you save your home. Right? But that's always worked for me. Or I'm doing a seminar on how to help save your home. Send them a list of, the 25 things that help, avoid foreclosures. If you're in that situation, maybe you can file for bankruptcy and that'll forego the foreclosure for 6 months to a year under any circumstance. Even if it was scheduled for tomorrow, if they just file, they have to go through bankruptcy. They just file and send the filing document file number to the attorney. They would have to shut down the foreclosure.
Yeah.
So.
And Lorenzo, can I just ask, this is Pat from New York. Isn't it the case that generally when people are in a situation like that, they do have some attorney, and don't the attorneys typically recommend a realtor that they work with? Because I have a situation like that now, and I was trying to get my name ahead of whomever it is that the attorney would be recommending. But I was just curious if that was a common thing you saw.
Well, they have an attorney, but the attorney doesn't seem to have weight. The attorneys normally have weight, and like when somebody passes and it says can't think of the name offhand, but normally what I see with foreclosures and short sales, the attorney has very little weight. It's all about somebody in the family building a relationship with them, and that gets you, to the top of the list.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
LaKayla has a hand up. What's up, my friend?
Probate. Attorneys have weight in probate.
I was just going to say, I couldn't catch her name that asked the question initially. I think, as with anything with these specialties, yes, there are ways to get business, but you have to really ask yourself, why do you want to do it? Like, do you want to help that niche or that group of people? Because if we only go after stuff because it's yet another way to get business, we'll set ourselves up to get frustrated really quickly because we don't really probably understand all the nuances that are involved. So don't do it just simply because it's a way to get business. Do it because you're interested in helping that group of people is essentially what I'm saying.
So Melissa, I had a showing in Raleigh.
If that was your,
Hold on for a second, Lorenzo. Hold on for a second,
Yeah.
Lorenzo, please. I had a showing in Raleigh recently, Melissa, where they disclosed to me when via text message. Would never disclose to somebody this information, but they did. They said, my guy's in pre-foreclosure. Thank you for scheduling a showing. I'm like, don't say that before I do the showing. That's a bad negotiating tactic. Yet, it's the real deal. Like, she encountered that. He's in a divorce situation. We got to the home, and it's just, he's overwhelmed with the process trying to protect the equity. Yet the thing that he's really doing is going through a divorce. And so that's the type of thing that if you can track down some like a layoff, if there's a company closing, or if you're in with a divorce attorney, who would like to call a divorce attorney and see if they can be the realtor of choice? Do a quick script for that.
I could do that.
Let's do it.
Okay. Ring.
Law firm.
Hi, good morning. I'm actually looking for Chris. Is he available?
Who's this?
Hey, Chris. Hey, good morning. My name is Erica. It's Erica Rose Siegel. I'm actually a local realtor, and I wanted to have a quick chat with Chris, if it's possible, about an opportunity I'm working on.
You can tell me more about it, but we only schedule appointments with clients. Do you have a case that he's working on for you?
Actually, no, I don't. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to, if I may?
This is Mike.
Hey, Mike, good morning. So I don't have a case he's working on yet. However, my father actually, I've gotten a lot of reviews, I should say, first you see them online, about a very reliable divorce attorney, and specifically this firm. And I think it's important for me as a professional to align myself with folks that my clients could trust. Because my family went through a tough divorce, 14-year custody battle, and I wanted to see if you're taking on new clients.
All right, time. I'm going to hold that one right there, Erica. I think it's going to be too long in our time that we've got left. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to pull the plug on that one. Ian, are you ready?
Yeah, you calling me?
I'm calling you. Ian is going to go and be a paralegal answering the phone at the law office. The way they answer the phone at the law office is they say what?
Law office.
They'll never say the name of the lawyer. If you're confused about how that game works, you just call a couple of lawyers, and that's the way they answer. Ring, ring.
Law office.
Hey there. My name's Chris. I'm a local realtor in the area. Do you guys have any clients that might have a house they have to sell as part of a divorce proceedings you're working with that need some help?
I'm sure we do. So-and-so's in a meeting right now. Can I get your number and have him call you back?
Sure. And my name's Chris Hurley. Who am I speaking with?
Ian.
Ian, my number is 555-5555. When would be a good time to circle back? I want to see if there's some opportunity to help people move through the process easier with your firm.
Yeah, I'll send this message to him and I'll have him give you a call if he's interested.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ian.
Bye-bye.
So that's it, Melissa. That's how you'd get into the divorce business. And some of them will be short, like Ian, collect the information. Others will do what they want to do. But if you want a divorce client base, call divorce attorneys and tell them how they can make money by liquidating the property easier with you. And you'll be in that game. Yet, if you work with divorcing clients, are the conversations different than with other clients? Right? You inherit a house, it's a $700,000 house with a guy that's got all this equity in it, but no money to fix it. And when you show it, it smells like dog and looks like 15 kids have lived in the house. So that's your listing. And every part of your feedback says what? Oh, finished second to the other one that was cleaner and better looking, right? I told him in the feedback, I said, I'm really sorry, guys. You're going to keep losing. You got to be much, much lower under market. I mean, that was my feedback. You lost out to a new construction, same price. Let's close these breakout rooms. And Erica's angle of engagement is certainly more of a relationship approach. I don't mind that one. I just didn't think we'd fit it in under the clock. And I think you may experience some pushback in terms of how you talk too much on the phone with people that are brief in how they're intaking.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Z liked the way you did it, Ian. She gave you a compliment. All right, back. Coming back on the other side. You can invite people to join the call. scriptsjedi.club. $20 seconds in there, right? Hey, if you get a award like Stephanie Clarington does, post it on the Facebook group. I don't mind you bragging about yourself on the group. Let people know who's active and who's doing stuff. Stephanie just won an award. She rocks it in the Jersey Shore area. That's exciting.
Wow, thank you, Chris, for that.
Quite welcome. You earned it, my friend. You earned it. All right, back on the other side. Golden bumper sticker nuggets. To go away to slay your day, you can raise your digital hand, compliment people you worked out with. You can type it into the chat. Thank you very much for working out with us today. Any golden nuggets to throw around? Things you heard you thought were amazing? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, thank you in the chat for sure. All right, my friends, we're back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Honored to be here facilitating this, but even more honored, let's crack 200 this year again. Let's get some more people here. We're about 8 or 10 away, so we're just this close to a double century mark. Let's get that going for this year. scriptsjedi.club. We'll come back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Guest closer today, Ruth Mahasi, Cary, North Carolina.
You have received the inspiration. Now go put in the perspiration.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks, Chris.
Great call.